Hi everyone, and welcome again to English with Joseph. Today we're going to continue with our series on famous personalities, and today we're going to talk about Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming was a very famous doctor in the 19th century. Well, he was born in the 19th century and he died in 1955, so I guess he was more famous in the 20th century. Alexander Fleming is very famous for discovering penicillin. As you know, penicillin cures many infections. Alexander Fleming was born in Scotland in a town called Darville. Darville is very nice, it's in the countryside, and it's very close to the town that I come from, because I also am Scottish. Alexander Fleming was born in Darville in 1881, and he went to school in Kilmarnock. I know Kilmarnock very well because I come from a town near Kilmarnock. Alexander Fleming was very good at his studies, and eventually he ended up at a hospital in London where he was a student. The hospital is called St Mary's, and it's very famous because many royals are born in that hospital. Prince George, the son of Prince William and Princess Catherine, was born there. I think Prince William also was born there, and indeed the Queen was born there too. It's very famous. If you go to this hospital, outside there is a plate on the wall, and the plate says, 2 stories above, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin by that window. And there is a museum there where you can see where he discovered penicillin. The story is that he sat something, a small plate, on the window sill, by the window, and he left it and forgot about it. And when he came back, I think a few weeks later, there was something growing on it, and this was a discovery of penicillin because it had killed all the other things in the plate. It's a very interesting story. Alexander Fleming is a very interesting man. He received many awards. He was Sir Alexander Fleming, and there is a museum there to commemorate where he discovered this in the hospital. Many of the bars and streets and houses in the UK are called after Alexander Fleming, such as Alexander Fleming Place, which exists in my town. There's also a bar near St Mary's Hospital called Sir Alexander Fleming. And then of course there's also the hospital itself, which has this plate on the wall. There is a story that Alexander Fleming once saved the life of Winston Churchill during the war, but this story is false. In the biography of Alexander Fleming, which I think was written by Kevin Brown, he tells us this story is completely false. Well, I hope that tells you a little bit more about Alexander Fleming. Thank you, and goodbye.